Now, before you click away and think I'm about to tell you that I wake up at 3 a.m. and meditate in one mountain somewhere to get my sanity back, no, that's not what this video is all about. This video is all about being real with you, to let you know that if you're in this situation as myself, here is how I'm able to manage mine, and hopefully you can also share with me, give me some tips, maybe to help me improve mine as well. From the title of this video, I'm sure you're wondering, how in the world are you doing all of this and still able to breathe and sleep? Trust me, you're not the first person to ask. I get that a lot of time. Even I myself ask myself the exact same question. No, it's not all rosy. It's not always 100% all the time. So, which is why I decided to make this video, to share with you how I'm able to manage all of this. I didn't get here overnight. It took a lot of work. Before we move ahead, I'd like to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Sandra and I'm a mom of 2. I'm a student. I work full-time. I'm also a member of the Air National Guard. And apart from that, I also manage a dance group called Igbo Amaka Cultural Dance Group. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I believe God decided to bless me with a lot of talents, because no matter how hard I try to shy away from one aspect of my life, so over the years, I've learned to accept who I am as, what people will say, multi-potentialite, and try to manage and tap into all of these aspects of my life. Now, I've tried over the years to focus on one thing, which is work, be a full-time mom to my kids, and just live life like a normal parent would. But over the years, that particular lifestyle never really brought me fulfillment. I decided to get myself back into dancing, and lo and behold, like, it's either a client is reaching out, or someone somewhere is asking me to come and perform. And I thought about it, why not use that as a side hustle, since it's bringing money and joy at the same time. Also, I decided to go back to school because I believe in upskilling. It's just good you have a lot of tools in your under your belt to get yourself more valuable, to make yourself more valuable in your company. I see myself as someone who is very curious, and I believe there are like-minded people out there. So I struggled in the past to manage all of these things put together, as well as my commitment with the Air National Guard. And I've actually had to learn from YouTube videos, from talking to people, from connecting with other women who actually had the same experience but are way older, and just learning from their lessons. And that's why I'm here to also give back by sharing what I'm currently using, what I'm currently doing to manage all of these things put together. Now, the first thing I would like to talk about is time management. So you have to say no to Netflix. You have to say no to binge watching TV shows and things like that. Trust me, they will always be there forever. So just put that aside. School is in session. The first thing I do is get the curriculum for the semester. Make sure I have them written out, not just in my head or not just looking at it on the computer. But I love to handwrite. I love to see physical paper. I'm old school like that. So I have my schedule written out. And then, thank God for ChatGPT and the likes of the AI tools. It has become easier. Just go in there, put in all your schedule, because that's what I did. And then also put in your activities for the day or for the week. So like I told ChatGPT, I would love to cook on the weekend. I would love to make out, an hour time block to spend time with my kids at night, like in the evening. And then I would also love to spend time during my work period, especially my lunch break time, studying. So putting all of these, on ChatGPT, was able to spit out like a schedule for me. So basically, I wake up at 5 a.m. The first thing I do is, take a breather, pray, meditate, and then I do my stretches. So I give myself 30 minutes to go through all of this. Once I'm done with that, I get myself prepared. And then at 6 a.m., I wake up the kids, get them ready for school and things like that. And then pack lunch. By 6:45, 6:50, we're out the door. whoever is getting dropped off at daycare, I drop them off, drop the other of my child at school, and immediately I head over to work. Now on my way to work is a drive for me, and I know that there's always traffic. If I need to cover a topic on YouTube, I just dedicate that time listening to YouTube, or like I said, my lecture notes. And I make sure I'm also like actively listening, not just lost in my thoughts, and then drinking my coffee as well in the car to stay awake. And then once I get to work, luckily for me, I'm always getting to work like 15 minutes before time. So I make sure that 15 minutes is enough to like prepare for the day's work. Then time block from 8 a.m. till 12 is dedicated to working. I work like there is nothing around me, just to make sure like all of my tasks are being completed and I'm not carrying over anything. Level 55 already, so I already like close down my window and focus on my schoolwork. So because of this, I'm unable to hang out with colleagues or spend time talking, chit-chatting. No, I don't have time for that. Like I spend time studying my schoolwork, and then once it's 1 p.m. I'm back to the grind. I work till it's time to leave. Now once I get off work, luckily for me, I have a husband who is able to pick up the kids. So I know that leaving work after closing takes forever for me to get home. So I would spend another extra 30 minutes studying before. Sometimes I like 30 minutes to 1 hour studying, just so that the traffic dies down. And then immediately I'm on my way home. Now on my way home, what I do is study materials or listen to lecture notes, especially the ones that are lightweight, because at that time I'm like completely zoned out. So I try not to study the heavy stuff. And then once I get home, it's basically just zoning out. Being present. So if it's time to study, if it's time to listen to my lecture notes, I block out everything and focus on that. If it's time to be at home, I'm present. I like block out everything, focus on my kids, get them ready for bed. If there's anything left to do, if I get home and they're about to go to bed, awesome. I like spend time talking to them, reading stories. We chat, we have our quality time, so that 8:30 they're already asleep. Now the remaining 30 minutes, I have my dinner. I'll first of all go work out. So when I get home, 8:30 to 9, that time, 30 minutes time block, is when I show up online to work out. Now I show up online because I want people to know and see my work, okay? When I show up to work out, so sometimes I really do not care if people show up to my live or connect with me online, because hey, I'm just showing up so you know that hey, I exist. I still dance. So most of what I do is dance workout, okay? Sometimes I would like spend the first 15 minutes doing my actual military workouts, okay? Doing all of the push-ups and things like that, getting all physical before I show up for the next 15-minute time block to just dance. So I give myself like till 8 a.m. to 9:05. Once I'm done with that, I close that down, go shower. 9:30, I'm back at it again, studying. So I study from 9:30 to about 11, sometimes 11:30 before I go to bed, and then I wake up again at 5. Obviously, I'm not getting the full 7 to 8 hours sleep, but I feel like doing this every day and being very strict with my routine has helped me thus far. Like it has really helped me. Like I was able to do well in school, still be at home, still make my money, and still be active online. Now, weekends, most of my gigs fall on Saturday nights or Friday nights. So I know that on my gig days, I have to make up for those times. So Sunday is when I make up for those times, okay? So in the afternoon on Sunday, that's the sad part though, I don't have time to visit friends or hang out. So somehow, something always gives, right? But before the semester begins, I always let my friends know, let my sister, my family know that, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I'm saying this because I am not going to be present. I am not going to be available for you like physically, but if it's an emergency, please send me a message, okay? And I'm glad that they understand. I have people that understand. So that's another thing too. Make sure you're making good use of the resources you have around you. Make sure you're making good use of the resources you have around you. Now, on weekends where I'm supposed to drill, in fact, before, ahead of time, the military would give you a schedule of your drill weekend. So I always make sure I communicate beginning of the semester with my school to make sure they know that, okay, this week, this days is when I'm drilling, and also with my employer. So I do that, and then on weekends where I have to drill, obviously I do not take gigs, I do not do any of those. I just focus on drilling. Schoolwork is a must, and then drill. Before I go out to drill, the Friday off, that Friday night, I spend time cooking. That Friday night, I make sure I come back on time and I start my cooking immediately, so that at least my kids have food to eat at home. And then I end my cooking at 11, sometimes 10 p.m. So I'll say juggling all of this together is all about proper time management. I know you guys hear this a lot. I used to be the one to tell people when I hear people say it, I'm like, whatever. I would like shrug or just roll my eyes at it. But it was not until I found myself in this situation that I got to understand what time management truly meant. So I'm hoping that you can learn from it as well. So like I said, forgo your binge watching your TVs and things like that, shows. You can catch up with that later. Scrolling through social media, you have to cut off from all of those to be able to focus on what's most important, which is all like schoolwork, your job, having time for your kids, and staying committed to being a service member as well. So I'd like to end by saying this. If I were to give one advice to whoever is juggling multiple things, is that you should schedule your life before life schedules it for you. Honestly, in this day and time that we are, you cannot just rely on one source of income or focus on the existing skill you have. You have to either spend time adding some skills to it, upskilling, becoming an expert at it, and building something out of it, so that way you don't get swamped when once life surprises hit you. So another thing too is, as in, be very good at communicating with the people you have around you. I get it. I've been there before. I used to struggle with communication, especially with my friends. I've lost friends. Oh God, a lot of friends. Mainly because I wasn't there for them physically, and I really could not communicate. I used to be really scared or shy or ashamed to maybe share my journey with them or tell them what I'm doing. Oh, I'm working multiple jobs. I used to feel like, okay, if I'm letting them know that, hey, I still dance, I still have to make out time to make to go for gigs and make some money on the side. But I got to realize something. Even those friends are also going through the same thing. Some of them have like secret businesses that they are running that they may not even tell you. How I got to find out was when I opened up to one of my friends, and then she surprisingly opened up to me and told me what she's been doing too in her life, and we both laughed. Everybody understands. They know that the world is changing. Okay, like things are changing. You hear of layoffs today, tomorrow, and you're wondering, okay, what if I don't do something or follow that passion or follow that thing that has been waking me up in the middle of the night, and something like this hits me? How would I even live with myself? Do you want to live with regrets? Managing your time properly and using the resources you have around you is the best way to go. If you can, build a community of friends that you can trust. Every now and again, talk to them. You can exchange maybe a day to take care of their kids for them if they can help you watch your kids do. And lastly, I'd like to mention that if you're watching this and you're in the same shoes as myself, please let me know how you're managing your system. What type of system have you built so far? If you're struggling with knowing how to juggle a million and one things, or you feel discouraged to start that side hustle, remember, you don't have to do everything perfectly. Do the best that you can and focus on one responsibility at a time, one goal or goals at a time that you can handle, and one victory at a time. Remember, you're not alone in this. There's a community of us out here.